government should be of laws rather than of men, that Earth's great treasure lies in human personality, and that service to humanity is the best work of God. JCI prayer, we reaffirm our conviction that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life. May the Lord guide us in all our undertakings. The new JCI mission, to provide leadership development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. Our new JCI vision, to be the foremost global network of young leaders.
Junior JCI Summit is an initiative of JCI under City Culiat, which aims to empower, educate, and inspire young student leaders through leadership sessions and workshops, and equip them with essential skills and mindset to be an effective catalyst for positive change in our society. The program aims to prepare each of the student participants to be more effective leaders in their own organization, both in the school setting and after graduation. Through this one-day activity, JCI Angeles City Culiat hopes to create a lasting impact among the student leaders and apply their learnings on various issues that they might encounter, as well as introduce how the Junior Chamber International and the JCI Angeles City Culiat affect positive change in the society through its values, customs, mission, and visions. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to our Junior JCI Summit 2020. And I'll be your today's host. My name is William Banal. And of course, once again, I'd like to welcome you all. And of course, guys, please get ready for today. Okay, so maraming tayo matutulunan. And of course, as we continue and formally welcome us all with our today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, to give us the welcoming remarks, we now welcome JCI Angeles City Culiat Chapter President, JCI Member, Kate Romero.
Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to glorify God that this event was made possible and for keeping us safe and healthy enough to be all here. I would like to thank our speakers. Right now we have JCI Angeles City Culiat Member Gab De Luna. Thank you, brother, for doing this, for agreeing to do this. To our members and board of officers and directors who are here, thank you. I know na kasama ko pa lang kayo kanina 2 a.m. since we had an event sa JCI Tarlac. And you guys continue to show up even if we are. And today is a Saturday, I know it should be a rest day. You should be enjoying today at home, probably staying in bed, having extra sleep, but you guys are here to support the project and to serve the community by serving this mga student leaders natin. Okay, my name is Kate. I am the current president of JCI Angeles City Culiat for the year 2023. May I know lang, show of hands lang, who from here has an idea or familiar with JCI or JCI Angeles City Culiat? From the students. Does anybody know? Or nakita niyo na ba ever yung logo natin? You did? Anong alam mo? Sorry, Hannah. Anong alam mo about JCI?
Not anything specific po. Parang nakikita ko lang sa mga events, outreach events, yung parang medyo big.
Yes.
From Prof. ko po last year, Sister Friends, sa Napili. Na-introduce na po yung JCI sa amin, sa ethics, tapos volunteers po sa
Okay. Alright. So, we are JCI. It is a worldwide organization, meaning it's present in different countries. Here in the Philippines, it's been here for 75 years already. And there are almost 200 chapters in the whole Philippines. And in Central Luzon, there are 12 chapters, and one of them is JCI Angeles City Culiat. This year, we turned 71 years old. Okay, so what do we do in JCI in general? We are different from Rotary, we are different from Lions, Eagles, and the other organizations. How are we different? We are different because JCI focuses on leadership. We focus on leadership training. We train our members to be better individuals, to be better leaders. How? by planning and executing projects like this project through member involvement and voluntary works. So, yung mga members na nakikita nyo dito, these are all volunteers. Wala silang nakukuhang allowance or payment. No, it's all voluntary. Because that is the training that we do. We conduct projects so that we enhance ourselves to be better leaders. Familiar kayo sa TTKD, Tigtigan Terra at Kandalan. We are the organization behind that. So imagine conducting such big project na yung mga nagtatrabaho doon, they're all volunteers. So that's how we do the training. Okay? So, the reason also, let me share with you why we came up with this seminar or this talk na Junior GC Summit. Since we are leaders and our age bracket is around early 20s to late 30s or 40. Hanggang 40 lang kasi ang JCI. Every year we have new officers. And late last year, one way to prepare the officers for this year is we did a talk called the Levels of Leadership with the same speaker as si Brother Gati Luna. And then we did the same talk again noong March, right? March. And we thought na, what if we share these principles, this structure, this knowledge that we are gaining at our age right now to young leaders. The earlier, kumbaga, what we're trying to do here is to start with young. I myself, I was part of an organization in UP Diliman. I was part of Circle of Entrepreneurs. I was active there for 3 years and held positions. And being a leader in that organization, we never had this kind of talk. We had to navigate it ourselves. We have to discover it ourselves on how to be effective leaders. So, sharing with you these principles, we wish to equip you so that yung opportunity ninyo, since you guys are student leaders in your own organizations and schools, you'll be able to maximize it and learn from it. And not only learn, but do impact also, not only to yourselves, but to other students also, to your fellow students, and your organizations and your schools. So we can only hope, we can only imagine the impact that you would do because your generation is the future of our community, you are the future of our city, our country. So, yung act ninyo, it doesn't stop there. Kumbaga, it has an impact on other people. You may realize it now, or sometimes we will never realize the impact that we have. So, I hope by the end of this project, by the end of this event, you'll be able to have a better understanding of what leadership is. You'll have a better understanding of how to be an effective leader. And hopefully, when you guys graduate, you'll be interested and explore also JCI Angeles City Culiat because after college, I think JCI offers one of the best avenues for you to continue your leadership journey. Yun lang, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to approach any of the JCI members and maximize today, make the most out of it, and enjoy, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much for staying with me. And of course, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, may I now present to you our first speaker. By the way, are you guys ready? Ready na ba? Okay, nakatok pa yung lahat. Nakatok pa ba? Alright, well anyway, I think we're all set para sa ating first speaker. And anyway, our first speaker graduated computer engineering in 2010 from Angeles University Foundation. Spent 7 years trying to graduate because he didn't sit still in a classroom and loved to procrastinate. Spent 1 year in corporate as a cadet engineer for a US-based construction firm. Left because he didn't like taking orders from bad leaders. Spent another 2 years jumping from one business venture to another. In 2013, he co-founded one of the first independent digital marketing firms here in Pampanga, the Prodigy Digital Agency Incorporated. Been running it for 10 years now, leading creative and strategic people through ups and downs of the market and helping their clients grow their businesses through effective digital marketing. He joined JCI Analyst Culiat in 2012 and helped the chapter grow its membership and train young leaders as part of the board of directors for a couple of years. Ladies and gentlemen, we now welcome our first speaker, JCI member, Gabriel De Luna.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Sir William, Brother William, for that amazing introduction. And thank you, Press K, for inviting me here. Again, no, yung mga iba dito, medyo sawa na siguro sa talk na to. Pangatlong beses nyo na narinig. But we felt that this will be a good opportunity for us to share. Kasi I think most of the students here are student leaders, tama ba? Can I have a show of hands kung sino lahat ng may position ngayon sa mga student organizations? Any student? Wow, okay. So, all of you, close to 90%? No? Ayan, good. Sino yung mga veterano na, shall we say, even at your young age, when it comes to student organizations? Yung tipong elementary pa lang, treasurer ka na, class president, you know? Sino yung mga mahilig sumali sa mga organization at laging nag-vote, no, as student leader? Sino sa mga inyo? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, very active, no, sa mga student organization. Sino yung mga first-timers? First time na magkaroon ng title or position. Okay. So, yung iba siguro sa inyo, right in the middle. So, kung narinig niyo yung introduction ko kanina, I wasn't a very good student in school. No? Hindi ako yan. Never ako na-nominate. Oh, well, na-nominate naman, pero hindi ko tinatanggap. No? Never ako na-vote in as a president or for whatever position in the classroom man yan, or organization. Never ako sumali sa mga extracurricular, you know, activities and organizations. Not because, I don't know, actually I cannot explain why, pero I never did good in school. Kaya 7 years ako nag-college bago ko natapos. It's surprising na natapos ko siya. It's not for me. No? Sitting there right now, nakaupo lang, nakikinig, tapos hindi pa magaling yung teacher, hindi ko talaga kaya. It's not part of my personality. And that also led me to be extra sensitive to bad leadership. Ewan ko siguro talagang ma-observe or ang dami ko lang napapansin. And then in college, siguro in high school, I cannot get away with it kasi hindi ka pwede pumunta sa high school, right? Nakakaya yun, hindi ka pwede pumunta. Pero in college, is we get the freedom. Sometimes, lalabas ka ng classroom, wala nang nakakapansin sa inyo, di ba? You don't even have to report, no? Siyempre, hindi daw sa grades nyo. But my point is, kapag meron ka salitang ganito sa harap, teacher man yan, or a seminar like this, the moment na na-board ako, alis na ako. You know, so, again, that's not good. No? Don't gagayahin niya. That's a personality flaw. But that personality flaw also led me to be sensitive doon sa mga nakaupo sa posisyon. Kasi nga, dahil mo napapansin. Again, it's not good. It's not a good starting point, but somehow, merong positive na nangyari. So that's why I'm here. No? I'm not a leadership master. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. No? I'm just a fan of good leadership. I'm a big fan of good leadership. Yung attitude ko nung nag-aaral ako na kung may nakita ako hindi maganda, maalis na ako, it's the same attitude that led me to kapag meron ako nakita na, okay ito okay itong leader na to. Alam niya yung sinasabi niya, hindi siya mayabang, okay yung pakikitungo niya sa mga students or sa mga employees niya with respect. I'm also extra sensitive to that. Napapansin ko agad. Even in popular culture, even in history, even in, sa mga movies and novels I read. And I'm a big fan of that. I love talking to it with my friends, with my employees, with my wife. Lagi namin topic. So, nung nag-ask si Skate to have this talk, sige, I oblige. Even though I know I'm not an expert, I'm just a fan. So, let's become fans together. Let's observe what works and what doesn't work. Right? Kasi nag-start pa lang tayo, nag-start pa lang kayo sa journey ninyo as a leader. And the problem is, meron ba tayong units sa college na leadership? Did they ever teach that? How to become a good leader? Wala, no? Meron bang units na gano'n? Even sa humanities, liberal arts, wala, right? They don't teach it. They just expect us to know what good leadership looks like. No wonder. What do you think? Do we have good leadership now? In companies, in politics, national level, local level? Do you think, do we really have good leadership? Now, meron kayong, I'll snap of a finger, I'll give you 3 seconds. Can you name one good leader? Politician. Pwede? Lenny Robredo? Okay. Other than her, sino ba? You do your homework. Sige. Fine. Pero most of us, given ask that question. Actually, ako, may hirapan ako sagutin yun. That's why I look at history most of the time, because that's the most documented, proven na yung track record nila and all that. Okay, so, have you ever wondered na meron pa kayong naging teacher na ang hirap respetuhin? Let's start with that. It's hard to respect. We give due respect, of course. We respect our teacher, we respect our elders. We give due respect to the authorities. Pero yung deep respect, yung look of respect, na kahit hindi i-force sa inyo kahit wala siyang posisyon, have you ever had that teacher na ang hirap? Mahirap, yes. Very enthusiastic sino ba yun? How about student body leader? Bawa, officer kayo ngayon, nagkaroon kayo ng president. Have you ever had a president na ang hirap din respetuhin? Are you that president? Nandito ba siya? Okay, sino yung mga president ngayon? President. Okay. Have you ever had that challenge naman? What's your name? Gia. Have you ever had that challenge na parang hindi ako masyadong nire-respect ng mga officers ko? Have you ever felt that?
Not really, sir, but with our previous experience with the administration that we had, pero parang medyo ganun po siya. But for now, we're all good.
So, thank you, Gia. It's a challenge, earning that respect. Why do you think that is? Meron naman silang title, professor, vice president, president. They have the title, they have the position. Why can't we give them that deep respect talaga? Is it just about the position, do you think? No. But sadly, when we enter into a leadership, aspiration, gusto ko sumali dito, parang ang ganda. Ang muna natin nasa isip, once we get it, I've arrived. Done na. Okay na ako. Ako yung president nyo, ako yung officer ninyo, now you have to follow me. Sadly, many people think that. That's one of the reasons why there are problems and challenges that we encounter, not just university level, but national and worldwide level. Thinking na kapag nakuha mo na yung title, nakatugtong na dun sa pangalan mo, I've arrived. Okay na ako. I'm done. I don't have to learn. I don't have to have good relationships with my people. I don't have to prove it anymore. Kayo na lapit sa akin. So that's the problem. One of the problems that we want to address now. As early as now, maintindihan nyo na it's a lifelong process. We are never done. Kahit tumanda na kayo, kahit ano pang position nyo i-hold in the future, become industry leaders, captains of industry, politicians even, you are never done learning to be a good leader. Alright, so if there's one key takeaway, I hope that's it, no? That there are levels to leadership. Okay, so let's start. No? Let's define what is leadership. Who can define it for us? What is leadership? That's the main mission or what? Vision of our organization, leadership training. Most of you are leaders. What is leadership? Anyone? What is leadership? Extra mic for the audience. Or, sige, ito lang muna. Sige, Anne.
Well, good morning. Leadership is about influence.
Influence.
Yes.
Wait na, recording ko ka na. Alright, thank you, Anne. No? Anna. Sige. Oh, okay, so if you boil it down to the core, influence. How much influence do you really have sa officers ninyo or the people under your wing? Yung mga followers ninyo. Is it just the influence na dala-dala ng title? Parang wala nang silang choice. Wala silang choice kasi you're their leader. Or is it deeper than that? Is it the kind of influence na gusto talaga nila, daos sa puso? Is it the kind of influence na kahit mawala yung title na yan, they'll still respect you, they'll still follow you? Right? So leadership is influence. So that's the content of the next slide actually. Yeah. It's just, now, how can we grow this influence? Kasi nung nag-i-start kayo, now you'll see later, sa level 1, you only have this much influence. So ang problem na nagiging root ng maraming challenges is thinking na ganito na kalaking influence pero in reality ganito pa lang talaga. You're expecting this much, you feel entitled, no? Alright, no, I'm your president, follow me. I don't have to treat you well because you have to follow me. That kind of thinking. But in reality, once you have the influence, you only are given the minimal amount. When you get the position, you are given the minimal amount of influence. Now remember that. That's why you need to take good care of that position na nabigay sa inyo. Right? It's not something na pinafront nyo lagi. If you need to say na, if lumabas na sa bibig ninyo na, I'm the president, or I'm the teacher, respetuhin niyo ako, I'm the teacher here. Once na lumabas na sa bibig niyo yun, you're not worthy of respect. You don't use your position to get respect. Okay, so how do you do that? So that's our topic for today. Okay, so next slide. So like I said kanina, I'm a fan of leadership. No? And these are some of the personal idols ko, or heroes ko, in my journey of learning leadership. This is Major Dick Winters. I don't know if you've watched Band of Brothers. So actually siya yung ultimate icon ko when it comes to leadership. Siya yung patron saint of leadership for me. Right? If you want to study, his name is Dick Winters. Major Richard Winters. Okay, next we have Julius Caesar. Again, another luminary in history. If you want to study good leadership, people who will follow him through the ends of the world. Hanggang mababot siya sa pinakakatulad-tuluhan, his men, his army followed him kahit saan siya pumunta. Next, we have Winston Churchill. Led the British country, the Great Britain, through World War II. Kahit na nung merong time doon na sila na lang mag-isa against Nazi Germany, he was the one who got them through that. Also, another person worth studying. Genghis Khan, next one. Yes, conqueror, yes, maraming pinatay, but again, we have to look at it from their perspective. Yung time nila, iba yung time na iba yung world nila, so world natin. But kung usapang leadership skills, he's one of the best. He built the biggest empire ever, even bigger than Rome. I don't know if you know that, the Mongol Empire. Next would be Marcus Aurelius, one of my icons and heroes. He's big on Stoic philosophy. I don't know if you've heard of Stoic philosophy. He was one of the five good emperors of Rome. Dwight D. Eisenhower is also one of the people I admire and study. Even fictional people. I don't know if you know Don Vito Corleone, The Godfather. Lord of the Rings. Again, next slide please. If you want to study, sige, go on. Yeah, I don't know if you know this movie, but if you want to study selfless, acts of leadership, you'll see plenty of that in this movie. Medyo contemporary naman, Avengers, one of the good ones. Next slide. Yeah, so if you want to see good leadership. And in real life, next slide, in sports, one of the people I really admire, I don't know if you know him, sino yung fans ng NBA dito? He's the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs for the past, 2 decades. Okay? So again, these are the people that I constantly study. And medyo, ang leadership kasi, you cannot teach it like math. Hindi siya pwedeng, you cannot lead through spreadsheets, thinking that the people under you are numbers or cogs in a machine. Leadership is messy. It's about people. And any activity that's involving people, it's very dynamic, hindi yan static, right? Iba-iba yung personality. Paano kung yung people that you lead are super different from your personality? What if you're an introvert? Extrovert sila, right? What if you like this, these interests, ito yung gusto nila? Iba yung vision nila sa vision mo. So it's a moving target. So if you're not good with people, you're not going to be a good leader. If you're not genuinely interested sa mga people beside you, if you're not, if you are self-centered, if sarili mo lang inisip mo, if you're thinking of your own advancement, kasi ang iba, when they think of leadership, they think career advancement. Right? They think career path. Corporate ladder. So yun yung definition of leadership. That is not leadership. It may be part of it if you do it well, but that's not the whole story. Alright. So let's see. Why do we need to learn the 5 levels of leadership? So this is something that I learned recently, even though I've been studying it for years, yung mga tao na mention ko kanina. And it's a really good process and it's a really good structure. This is formulated by John Maxwell. I don't know if you heard of it. There's a book about this, the 5 levels of leadership. Medyo pinalitan ko lang yung ibang terminology para mas maintindihan natin. Easier words to understand, simpler words. Now, why do we need to learn the 5 levels of leadership? Number 1, next slide. So it defines leadership as a process. Hindi siya destination. Okay, basta makuha ko lang yung position na yun, I'm good, I'm done, I'm a leader. No, it's a process, it's a continuous process. Kaya nga may levels. Parang video game, right? You start at level 1, at mahina ka pa, wala ka masyadong powers, and mahina pa yung defense mo. But when you progress to further levels, you become stronger. So it's a process, it's not a destination. Number 2, next slide please. So it breaks it down into understandable steps. Kasi medyo confusing ang leadership. Like, nasa na ba ako? Am I good enough? Marami na rin ako accomplishment since elementary days or even before that, marami na ako nasalihan. I think I'm a good leader. I think. Pero in reality, if you really look at it from a overall perspective, maybe not. Right? So this will be a good metric. Kumbaga, kung nasa na ba ako sa journey ko? Am I at level 1? Am I a level 3 leader? Or am I a level 5 leader? So this will provide us with that. Number 3, it gives us a clear game plan for leadership development. Okay, so because we know the steps, alam na natin, meron pa ng levels, now we can create a plan. Now, okay, once for example, you have a business to run, meron kayong mga employees, okay, and identify natin, ito yung mga tao na level 1 pa lang kayo, ito yung mga tao na level 2. Now, we can create a plan wherein, well, this is part of that, ito ginagawa natin ngayon. We can create these projects, these programs, to create plans na, okay, para isulong natin itong mga to, i-advance natin sa level 2. We can do that. Because we already know the levels and the structure. Number 4, these are based on timeless principles and values. Hindi ito trendy. Hindi ito yung kung ano lang yung latest na pinakita ng isang influencer sa atin sa TikTok. No. No, just like I said, ever since there were human beings in this world, these principles are laws. Right? These are timeless principles. Hindi ito nagbabago. 4,000 years ago, same, another 4,000 years, 10,000 years, these will remain. So this will be a good foundational experience or foundational knowledge that's good na matutunan nyo na ngayon. Okay, so that's it, no? Before we continue, even though meron pa tayong pag-usapan, kahit yun lang yung takeaway nyo from this talk right now, good na tayo. Right? Remember that. Because why? Why is it good to know na merong levels to this? Because it will humble you. It will give you humility, it will give you a perspective, okay, maybe I need to start studying this. Maybe I should stop trying to tell everyone that I'm a president and I have this position. Maybe I need to slow down and learn more, listen more, observe, no? Before I become too egotistic, before I become too big in the head. Kahit yun lang yung takeaway nyo, we're good. Right? Because, you know what? Ang daming problems na nagagaling dun sa one basic principle na yun. Right? Yung thinking na okay na ako. Yung thinking na I've arrived. So please, expel that from your personality. Expel that from your mind. We are never done. Even though, sometimes nga, level 3 ka na, babagsak ka pa sa level 1. That happened to me. Medyo tinaman ako, I became complacent. No, I've been, like introduction earlier, I've been running a business for 10 years. Medyo nag-relax ako this past year because I had to focus on sales. I had to focus on other parts of the business. Medyo napabayaan ko yung mga leaders ko. Medyo hindi ako masyadong nag-build sa kanila ng relationship. So, nung nag-self-assessment ako, I went back down to level 1. After doing this for many years. Okay? So, like what Abraham Lincoln said, actually, I'm not sure if he said this, but nearly all men can stand adversity. But if you want to test a man's character, give him power. You remember the first time na vote in kayo as a president or as an officer? You remember that experience? How did it feel? Did you celebrate? Meron bang na-depress sa inyo? For sure, wala. It was an exhilarating experience. Tama? Right? Uy, they voted me in. I won the election. Or I was assigned. Yung confidence mo biglang tumaas, di ba? It's exhilarating. And yung iba, na-addict doon. Na-addict doon sa power na yun. And they don't know what to do with it. Right? And so, sadly, some people get corrupted by that power. Right? And if you know how to, if the way you handle that position, that title, that power, na binigay sa inyo, or privilege kayo na napunta sa inyo, that will be a test of your character. That is the biggest test of your character. So again, ulitin ko lang, meron pa tayong mga ilang points na sasabihin later, but if there's one takeaway, I hope it gives you humility and think long term. It's a lifelong process, this leadership journey that you're in right now. Okay? Okay, now let's talk about the levels. Level 1 is position. Alright? So what? I think entry level. So most of you right now, I'm just assuming because of your young age, are still at level 1. Okay? People follow you because, not because they want to or not because they like you. People follow you because they have to. Kailangan lang. Kasi kayo yung may position. So you always remember that whenever you talk to your people. Nakikinig lang ito because of my position. If you haven't built that relationship yet. Alright, so always remember that. This is the influence that you have. Like we said earlier, leadership is influence. Very minimal pa dun sa level 1. That's why I opted for an upside down triangle as an illustration. No? Yung size ng area na yun is the size of your influence. And the higher you go through the levels, the bigger your influence is. Alright, so level 1 is position. Most of the time, kapag position pa lang, you rely mostly on rules and processes and protocols. Diba? Halimbawa, merong ayaw sumunod sa inyo. Ano gagawin niyo? Ito yung sa manual natin. Ito yung sundan natin. Right? Ito yung protocol, ito yung process. You have to follow me because of what the regulation says. Not because they respect you, but the rules. So heavily reliant on rules. Level 1. Positional, let's call them positional leadership. Positional leaders, no? I will always say that. Positional leaders, ito yung mga level 1. Kapag positional leader ka lang, medyo mahihirapan ka mag-lead ng volunteers. It will be hard for you to also lead young people and the highly educated. Right? Bakit? Kasi kapag volunteer, hindi mo naman pinapasahod. You don't hold that power over them, right? Kapag young people naman, I know most of your young people, very idealistic pa tayo, right? Yung young people, very passionate about our feelings, about social justice, and all that. And we are naturally rebellious sa bad leadership. So kapag meron lang tayo, like how I was siguro nung bata ako, meron lang tayo makita hindi natin gusto, mahirapan na sila for us to, mahirapan na yung isang positional leader for them to influence us, right? Okay, level 2, okay, let's move on. So, once you've mastered level 1, like that, you move on to level 2. It's called relationships. This is human-to-human relationship. Dito na papasok yung magaling ka ba sa tao or not. Dito na papasok yung interested ka ba sa buhay ng mga tao that's for what you need. Or are you just interested in what they can give you, how they can advance your own self-interest. Right? These are the questions you have to ask at level 2. Right? So dito, people follow you not just because they have to, but they want to. Gusto na nila. They have fun. Gusto pa nila kasama. Hindi ka nila i-exclude. Kapag meron silang mga pinag-uusapan, hindi ka nila, kapag pumasok ka sa room, nandiyan sila, no? Galing ka sa labas. Kung pumasok ka, okay lang. Walang masyadong magbabago. You're part of that community or you're part of that team and you belong. Right? That's the fun part, actually, of leadership. Diba ang saya nun? Especially being a young person, especially if you are very social, kung extrovert ka, ang saya na kayo kasama, student body man yan, org man yan, and you're having fun, you like each other, you want to be around each other, ayaw nyo naiiwalay kayo, ayaw nyo nagkaka-FOMO, lagi nyo gusto magkakasama kayo. This is that part, level 2. Because you build good relationships with the people that you meet. Alright? So, okay, right. So, this is all about treating people with respect, being a good human being, that's it. Alright, so if you respect them, they'll respect you back. Level 3, okay, so position, level 1. Meron ka lang title, very minimal influence. Level 2, you're having fun because you have good relationships with the people. Level 3, this is where you get things done. Okay? People follow you because they admire what you're doing. Because you get things done, you're productive, you solve tough problems. Okay? Kung company yan, profits go up, morale goes up. They follow you kasi magaling ka. That's level 3. You understand excellence, you deliver on your promises. Right? Sometimes, sa pagbabalik na dyan, sometimes, inuuna yung excellence. Halimbawa, this is a good question. Halimbawa, magaling naman ako, I deliver, I'm very productive, go, 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 very ambitious. No? But, hindi naman ako masyadong gusto ng mga tao under me. They get irritated. Because they get dominated, perhaps. They get insulted, or masyado kang kamay na bakal. You want to, you just want to achieve. What do you think? Are you a level 3 leader or a level 2 leader? Pag ganun. Maraming ganun, right? Pero mga group project dito na isa lang yung gumagalaw. Right? Meron ba yung group project, pero isa lang yung gumagalaw. Yung group leader lang yung gumagalaw. Yung high achiever. Right? So what do you think? Is that a level 3 leader or level 2 leader? Who wants to guess? You have excellence. You get things done. You're very productive. Napass nyo yung project ninyo on time. You got a good grade. Maybe the best grade among all groups. Pero iniinit ka na ng team mo. Ikaw lang mag-isang gumagawa. Ayaw ka nilang kasama. Ayaw ka nilang kausap. What do you think? Tough one, right? Okay. When that happens, you're only as good as the lowest level that you've mastered. So kahit na-master mo yung level 3, if you haven't mastered level 2, you're a level 1 leader. You're just a positional leader. You cannot skip steps. Right? Kasi we know many people who are like that. Do they get far in life with good quality of life or healthy relationships? No, it's not sustainable, is it? Right? What's sustainable is the people under you respect you, you have good relationship with them, and at the same time, you deliver excellence. That's sustainable. That's what gets you to decades of success. Pero kung level 3 ka lang, go ka lang, but your people don't respect you, do you think they'll get far? They'll burn out. Kasi ikaw lahat, gawa-gawa. Have you heard of the art of delegation? Nakita na ba kayo ng ultimate leader na talagang pinagbibitin who don't know how to delegate? Walang ganun. When you start delegating, and for those people who you delegate to be effective, you have to have good relationships with them. Right? So I hope that clears things up. Okay, level 4, empowerment. So you're good with level 1, you have good relationships with your people, you're having fun. Level 3, you're delivering on your promises, you are full of excellence, your people admire you. Level 4, this is where people follow you because of what you've done for them. Because you've empowered them. Ito na yung time na hindi na lang ikaw yung gumagalaw. You're building other leaders. You're developing other leaders. You're duplicating yourself. So that productivity goes way up. Kasi hindi lang ikaw yung gumagalaw, at hindi lang yung followers mo yung gumagalaw, sila mismo, nagiging leader sila, and they have followers under them who are also, productive, and have good morale and have good culture. That's when you create movements. That's when you build a lasting legacy. That's when you build a successful business or an organization. Right? And level 5 is simply when you create other level 4 leaders. That's it. Ito na yung when you reach 50, 60 years old, and you've also duplicated other level 4 leaders. And funny thing is, if you observe these level 5 leaders, if you study them, they are the most humble. Have you heard of the phrase, I don't know who said it, some philosopher long dead, the more you know what you don't know, something like that. I hope it makes sense. The more na lumalawak yung knowledge natin, the more na tumataas yung wisdom natin, the more na we understand, wait a minute, dami ko pa pala hindi alam. Mas malaki ang ego ng mga tao na nandito pala. Because they think na they know everything. But the more na na-open yung doors sa'yo, lumalawak, meron pa pala doon. Meron pa pala akong alam dito, meron pa pala akong alam dito. If you observe level 5 leaders, they are uncharacteristically humble. They even, ayaw nilang kumausap sa media. Kaya hindi natin siya masyadong alam. There's another book that I recommend. It's called The Outsiders. If you want to write this down. The Outsiders by William Thorndike. Inaral niya yung mga level 5 leaders for the past 30 years, leaders of industries, and we don't even know their names. Hindi sila Steve Jobs. They're not Zuckerberg or Bill Gates. We don't know their names because they are uncharacteristically humble. They don't give interviews sa media. They don't have social media followings. They're not those people. Okay? Questions so far? Any questions about the 5 levels of leadership before we move on? Okay, so I hope it's clear. I hope it brings you some clarity and perspective. Okay, so how much time do we have here? Well, anyways, I think that's enough information for you for now. If you're interested in knowing more, you can read the book. It's called 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. You can read The Outsiders. You can follow. You have to have your heroes. Siyempre, meron kayong mentors. You have your teachers, you have your parents, you have each other, but still, it's a very good idea to study people in the past. Kahit matagal na silang patay. Because again, these are timeless principles. This has nothing to do with technology. This has nothing to do with culture wars, trends. These are timeless leadership values and principles. So, I suggest you study, you look for your heroes, madali lang naman mag-Google who are the best leaders in history. Study their biographies. That will really inform you on how to be a really good leader. Another last point that I'm going to make is leadership is all about balance. Yeah. Take note of that. Kasi we talked about humility, but what if you're too humble naman? What if you lack self-confidence? Isn't that important? It's important to be a good leader, to have self-confidence. But what if sumobra ka naman sa self-confidence, naging overconfident ka? That's arrogance. Right? So nasa yung line between being humble and being arrogant? Where's that line between being too strong and too firm and too dominant and being warm and friendly and having, being caring and nurturing with your people? Because we have to have both. Right? Hindi lang puro go, hindi lang puro dominant and aggressive. Hindi lang puro fun. Hindi lang puro masaya tayo dito, magkaibigan tayo. Otherwise, wala kayong ma-accomplish. Right? If you're just on level 2, you won't accomplish anything. Mag-enjoy kayo, pero you won't get you anywhere. So, it's still early, they're still young. Start finding the right balance. My favorite metaphor or analogy ever, imagine a pendulum swinging from side to side. When you're young, that pendulum is swinging wildly to the extremes. Kasi you overcompensate. If you're self-reflective, if you really want to grow yourself. Bawa, when you're young, wala ka masyadong self-confidence, right? Kasi you're social, and you're shy, you're naturally shy. So you're too humble, you're too shy, natin pa lang sa sulok. Pero nakikita mo, saya-saya nila, confident nila. Wow, they're social, they're comfortable in their own skins. Maybe I need to do that too. Kailangan ko lumabas sa shell ko. Ano mangyayari? you'll overcompensate, you'll swing to extreme, to sa other side, magiging ka naman mayabang ngayon. Sumusobra ka. Right? And then, mapapansin mo, parang iiwasan ako ng mga dating friends ko. Paano may mali sa akin? This is the process. Oh, maybe I need to tone it down. Medyo mag-swing back ka sa other direction, and then sumusobra ka naman ulit. And then eventually, you'll find that right balance on how to be strong without being too strong, and caring without being soft, right? And do both. Kasi we need both. We need both sides. Yin and yang. Masculine, feminine. Right? It's not just left and right. We need both. Alright, so I'll leave you with that message as my last point. Thank you very much for listening.
Hallelujah. Palakpakan natin the one one. About the 5 levels of leadership. But anyway, so before we continue to our next speaker, so just like to invite everyone now. We have the overflowing coffee. Ayan, so alam ko, medyo, ano pa? Nilalang ba kayo o naiingitan? Okay, ako kasi kanina medyo, Culiat, ganyan na. But anyway, so we have the coffee and the pandesal. Meron mo ba kayo? Okay, so what is the name? Enjoy the coffee. And of course, isulo lang sa mga questions natin because later on we will be having the breakout session natin, so with our speakers. And guys, are you ready para sa ating next speaker? Oh, mahina. Are you ready? Okay, kaway nga muna lahat ng ano mga. Okay. Pakikalabit ng mga katabi natin. Pasabi, gising tayo. Okay, morning. Okay. But anyway, make sure guys, yung pala, I think, naka-distribute tayo from different schools. Tama ba? Okay, so maya-maya dapat after this, this event, at least may makasama tayo or makilala tayo ng mga fellow students natin from other schools. Okay, well anyway, moving on to our next speaker. Okay, our next speaker is the Sustainability Head of Nestle Philippines and the 2014 National President of Junior Chamber International Philippines. She is deeply committed to advancing women empowerment, gender equality, and climate justice. Currently, she is serving as the chairperson of the Environment and Water Committee of the European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines as the Sustainability Head of Nestle. She continues to drive environmental stewardship to promote sustainable practices in the private sector. She is also a co-author of the Playbook for LGBT+ inclusive workplaces in the Philippines, demonstrating her commitment to promoting diversity and inclusivity in the workplace. She also founded Womentor, a platform that provides mentorship and guidance to aspiring women leaders, and co-founded Gandang Pilipina, social media campaign for body positivity. She is also a member of the Board of Trustees of Outstanding Women Leaders of Baguio City, Waterloo. She received numerous awards and recognition for her outstanding contribution to sustainability and social media advocacy, including the Outstanding Woman Leader of Baguio and Nestle Women Movers Award. She was also named Sustainability Hero of Zone Asia, Oceania, and Africa, highlighting her dedication to environmental protection and sustainable business practices. Her leadership style is rooted in transformative feminist principles which prioritize equity, intersectionality, and social change. She believes in building inclusive and collaborative teams, listening to diverse perspectives, and working towards a more just and equitable society. She holds a Master of Arts degree in Women Development from UP Diliman and Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Economics from the La Salle University. She is a proud Cordilleran but calls Angeles, Pampanga her second home, having been based here for almost 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, JCI Senator Christine Ponce Garcia.
Maraming salamat, William. Magsitayo po tayo lahat. Mayap kaabak. Tama ba turuan natin ako? Mayap? Mayap. Okay, so, bago tayo mag-umpisa, gusto kong tignan mo yung katabi mo. Okay? Tignan mo yung katabi nyo at sabihin mo, maraming salamat. Thank you for showing up today. Again, to the other side, maraming salamat. Thank you for showing up today. Okay, palakpakan po natin ang bawat isa. Sige, kita po sa mga Leroy. It's a long weekend. And I was telling kanina sa likod na kung bata kami, naglalaro lang kami. And I was your age, I would not even attend activities like this. And I am very sad that I'm not like you right now, who on the weekend is spending time open for learning and open to improve your leadership skills. Yes? Okay, magsiupo po tayo lahat. Alright, so it was quite a long introduction later on, but really, this talk is all about you and your journey. So here's a trivia. When I was in college, okay, nung college ako, 2 years graduated from BS Applied Economics, take note, BS Applied Economics at De La Salle University, and never in my wildest dreams that I would be the sustainability head of one of the biggest food and beverages company of the Philippines. Nestle Philippines, mga gumagawa ng Milo, Nescafe, Bear Brand, Chucky, KitKat. And who would have thought that that course, while I was sitting where you're sitting now, would bring me to where I am now. But here I am now, and when I look back and try to connect the dots, I think these are the reasons why I am where I am today. When I start to choose and commit to break barriers and build bridges. Remember that, breaking barriers and building bridges. So later, let's unpack that. Okay? So ako I would say, like as mentioned earlier, I'm sustainability head of Nestle Philippines. So it is so connected to my advocacy on women. So I would say you will know me as women environment. So kung pagtatali-taliin mo yun, sustainability is really protecting our planet and the environment and regenerating the planet and our resources. So I came to a point in my career where I'm able to live my advocacy for the women, for environment, but more importantly, how environment is affecting women and how women is affecting the environment. Also, I live in my daily life, I am a womentor. So I am the founder of a womentor where it was established 2 years ago. We mentor young women and students like you to unlock your potentials to become leaders in the future. And then third also is Women Network. I am a believer of building communities to support women. Therefore, it's important that we form this network to be a support group to each other. Yes? So I can say that I am at a stage now in my career where I'm living my advocacy. I'm a stage in my career, next slide please, where I feel I'm already living my purpose. So sa right now, but again, during your age, I didn't even know what my purpose was. But now I feel, I've been with Nestle already for 20 years, and I've been with JCI maybe just 12 years, and you can see that I can say I'm at a stage of living my purpose. And if you may call that, if that's how you measure your success, because success can be different to most of us, but if you measure success the day that you're living your purpose every day, then I must claim that I am already successful. But I believe that success is not a destination. Tama? Kasi akala natin at ang ginagawa natin para maabot yung success, di ba? Para sa akin, it is a journey, and I am a work in progress while I'm living already my purpose. Working while living my advocacy, supporting my advocacies, I feel that I am still a work and progress, and it is a continuous journey because success is a journey and not a destination. Next slide. But before I arrive in this stage where I feel that I'm already living my purpose every day, it was a long journey before I got here. And that one I will share with you earlier, but I'd also like to know more about your journey. Next slide. Because I feel na siguro we have the same path. Because like most all of you here, you know, we will go through the same path when we're in college. Pag naghahanap ka ng work mo, you join organizations, you lead student councils, student organizations, and then find work or not, put up a business or not. But I feel that we will go through the same path because we'll go through the same life stages, correct? What I went through, you will also go through the same life stages, but you have a different journey. Each one of us will have a different journey, and I want you, ayan, participatory to unpack the journey with me. Yes? Okay ba? So here, ayan, titignan nyo. So ngayon, I think this is me. Sabi ko nga when I was in college, parang kayo. So do you find yourself that you're already graduating, but you still don't know what you want to do? Tama ba? It's not okay yung mahihiya. Kasi I was already on my third year at BS Applied Economics. Nung nagka-career, sa school, oh my God, sa bangko pala magtatrabaho to. So imagine mo that. So do not huwag kayong malulungkot if you feel na at this point, you feel that you don't have an ambition yet. Yes? I talked to last month at the University of Baguio, and was also talking to student leaders. And they said, alam mo, NP Christine, sa totoo lang wala akong pangarap. Wala akong ambition, mali ba yun? Sabi ko hindi. Because they said they were overworked, overburnt, and underliving. So parang they're not already, then sobrang dami raw na ginagawa nila. They forgot to step back and think, what do I want to be in the future? Yes? Yes? So kung kayo, parang ako, nung college, ay gagraduate na, nagkakaroon ng mga career book na sa school, wala pa palang, hindi pa alam ang pupuntahan. Raise your hand, that's okay. You feel you don't know what to do after college. You feel it's okay. Raise your hand. Okay, if you know what to do, okay. Tell me if you already know what to do after college. Do you have something in mind that you want to be after college? Yes? Okay. If I may, you said you're nodding your head. How do I call you? Jessie. Yes, you were nodding your head, yes. What do you want to be after?
Wala naman po sa isang Manila, like one career, but before I die sana makapagturo ako. It doesn't matter if it's a wrong subject, basta makapag-influence. It's more of the ripple effect po, passing down what I've learned and everything to other people.
It's nice. So, si Jessie, parang what she said, ang concrete sa mind na she wants to be able to teach. No, not to be a teacher, right? Is that correct? But to have the opportunity to teach and share the experience you had to be able to empower other people. Is that correct, Jessie? Yes. So like now, what we're doing is teaching. So you will soon have that opportunity when you become part of JCI. What else? See, what in this table, who else, yung top of mind ko, after pagka-graduate ko, wala akong gagawin. Wala akong gagawin, no pressure. Anyone? The one who don't have anything in mind? Who can share? That's okay, ha? Okay lang yan. Okay lang. It's walang wrong, walang right dito. You're all in a different journey and it's okay not to have a plan today. Okay, sino walang plan today? Dito. Wala akong plano today. Lahat kayo may plano. Pag lahat ko gusto ko maging katulad ninyo. Who is a brave soul na walang plano today? Parang ako before. Pag graduate na ako ng college, wala akong plano. Who? Who is a brave soul? na wala ang plano today, what to do? Wow, thank you. How do I call you? Nat. Yes, Nat.
Actually po, I don't have, contradictory po sa akin yung apelido ko na Planos. Kasi plano with S, so daming plano. And I find it, ironic na wala akong plano sa buhay. It's just that ang motto ko po is, whatever comes my way, I shall do my best po. Ganun. Pero yun nga po, nasa process pa rin ako ng pag-alam ng sarili ko. Kasi ano ba yung nagbibigay sa akin ng fulfillment. Kung saan ko nakikita yung sarili ko na mas effective ako, ganun po. And